Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. So today I'm doing a more low-key video. I've seen quite a few YouTubers, booktubers and things doing this tag, so I thought, maybe let's just do a tag. So it's a little reading habits tag. While I do my reading habits, I'm going to be eating my apples and cinnamon, so. Alright, so the first question is, do you have a certain place at home for reading? No. Usually my bed or like my couch if no one's in the living room. But I have said this to so many people, when I get a house or an apartment, probably like a house, like my house that I'm gonna spend the rest of my life in, there must be, like, it is a no, like, I have to have a room that is dedicated, that is my library room. And like, I'm not asking for a whole like Beauty and the Beast like ballroom moment, although that would be great, but I'm an English major, so we're not gonna make it that rich. But to be able to have a ballroom like that with the stairs and then just to wear like that dress and sit by the fireplace, I would die. But like, I just want a room where I can have bookshelves and little tea cart and just, I don't know, just be able to have my own little space. And then that would be my special place for reading. But that's when I have my own house and I have money. So, all right. Question 2. Bookmark or random piece of paper? I just do random pieces of paper because I lose my bookmarks so often. They always fall out of the book, or I always throw them like in my book bag and they get like bent and broken, whatever. So I don't want to buy a nice, pretty expensive bookmark. I'll just use an index card, or like if I go and shop or like an indie bookstore, a lot of times they come with like, I don't know where it is. My room's a mess, so. Oh, I saw. So my favorite DC bookstore, which was visited in one of my past videos, you should go check that video out. Anyway, that bookstore, they give like a little bookmark, when like with a bookmark with all your purchases. It's just a little paper thing that just has like, they're just like their recommendation, like all the staff's recommendations. And I just think that's actually a really cute idea for a bookmark, because then when you're done, you can just put your bookmark on and be like, oh, what do I read next? I mean, couldn't be me because I have literally so many books on my TBR, but I really do like that. So I'll use stuff like this until it like breaks or I get a new one. Yeah. Can you just stop reading, or do you have to stop after a chapter or certain amount of pages? I can't just like stop mid-sentence or mid-paragraph. What I have to do is I have to stop at the end of a chapter, or what I do, this is so weird, I like will like look, if I know like it's a real, like if it's a book with super long chapters, I will look to find like a page that ends perfectly on a sentence, or like, and the paragraph ends at that like page, so at the bottom of the page like a new paragraph or a new sentence isn't started, and I read to that. Because I think subconsciously, like what I do is I like, when I flip, I don't skim, but my eyes like go like really, really quick. So like my brain like consciously doesn't process any of the words, but like I know something good's coming. That doesn't make any sense, I feel like, but that's that. Do you eat or drink while reading? Yeah, like nothing messy, but like I like drinking a cup of tea while reading, or like a little cookie or something like that. It just can't be something I have to like pick up, or like it can't be something I have to like, unless it's an ebook where I can like stand my device up and just like hit the button. It can't be something I have to eat with a fork and knife because I want to hold my book. It just has to be something like, oh, I can just grab a little snack. Multitasking, music or TV while reading? Absolutely not. TV, no. I cannot listen to another person talk and have a conversation while I'm trying to process dialogue or narration in a story. There's nothing more frustrating. Like, I cannot do it. Music, yes. I listen to music. It can have words. There's a really good playlist, I'll link it down below, that I love so much. It's called like calm reading music, and it's not from any soundtrack. It doesn't have any like association with anything. It's just really nice instrumental music that you can put on in the background and not focus on at all while having noise. Because also if it's like completely silent in the room, then sometimes my brain's like, let me wander. So I do enjoy that. Sometimes it just like throws me off if the music that I'm listening to is like, oh, calm, and I'm like listening to like reading a murder or something ridiculous. Like, it does throw me off. But one book at a time or several at once. I used to read when I was younger, like 7 at once, and then never finish any of them. Like, I'd be like, oh, whatever, I'll just read this one, this one, this one. Then I stopped doing that for a really long time, up until like this week. And I finally just started a new book in the middle of another. Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it, but I'm just gonna do it. I mean, technically I did this a while ago, so I started reading The Little Men, and I wasn't really feeling it, and it was putting me in a slump, and I don't ever want to get into a reading slump. Like, I feel like you have to push through. So if that means that I have to DNF this book or just put it on hold for a little bit, I will. But that doesn't mean for me that I'm gonna stop reading it. It's just DNF for now. Like, I'm not finishing it right now, but another time when I'm in the mood for that book, I'm gonna come back to it. Some books might be really bad that I'll just never finish, but so I'm kind of doing that now. I'm reading If We Were Villains, which I feel like everyone's gonna hate me for, because everyone and their mother has been raving about this book and how much they love this book, and like, it's good, but like, I don't really feel any type of way like specifically about it. And I really want to read Marie Kondo's book, and it's been like making me, oh, you cannot see it, but I have a whole bunch of trash bags, like just making me like give away all my stuff. So you know, whatever. So I have like those 2 books that I'm technically mid-read right now. But yeah, like, if something's gonna put me in a slump, I'm not gonna keep reading it. Like, I need to keep going, or else I won't pick up a book for like 2 years. And that's just the vibes. All right, reading at home or everywhere. Everywhere, I have no problems reading. Sometimes if I read on a bus, like, I get bus sick, but like, I read wherever I go. I think it's important. Like, even if I'm just putting in a page during like my bus, I say I can't read on a bus, like during like my a car ride, or like while I'm in the Uber or something like that, like, just read, you know? Okay. Breaking the spine or keeping it like new. It depends on the book. If it's a book that I bought and it has like a really, really pretty cover, I'll probably like, and mainly bought like that edition because it's the prettiest, I'll keep it pretty. However, like, when I get like a good paperback book, and like sometimes like I like to annotate my books, which is a question that'll come up, but whatever, I like break it like completely so I can lay it completely flat and like write in all the margins and have the most room. It's just how the vibes be. Do you write in your books? Yes, I write, I highlight. There's no method to the madness. I just kind of do it. Like, oh, I think that line's so pretty, or that's really important, that connects to this, or that reminds me of what I learned in class. Like, it doesn't matter. If it's something that sticks out to me, I highlight it. It kind of sucks for rereads, but I don't really do a lot of rereads, so it's fine. I don't care. Honestly, you know a book is mediocre or like not good when I don't highlight anything. Like, if I don't highlight anything, it just means I don't really care about what's happening at all. So, you know what? I think it's time for another apple. When do you find yourself reading? Morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you get the chance, or all the time? I don't ever really read in the morning. Usually because if I'm waking up, when I wake up, it's because I have something to do. Like, I know if I have no purpose in the day, like, I won't just like get up and be like, let me read. Like, it's like, oh, I have class, oh, I have work, oh, I have to clean this, or I have to make this. Like, I wake up with a purpose. Not that reading isn't a purpose, but like it's more of a casual fun activity for me. Like, I don't know. Afternoon or evening, I definitely would say I would read more. It just depends on the day, what I have going on, when I can get it in, if I really want to finish this book by a certain time. Like, I'm not very picky about like my reading schedule. When is your best setting to read in? I don't know if that makes sense. Alright, this blog answered it. Because I don't know what that means. Like a place? Like, I feel like I've answered that already. Does it mean like a mental setting? Oh. Oh, yeah, I guess she's just like, oh, I see. Her answer was really cozy and warm, so I think I know that. I would agree. I like always picture like reading like somebody curling up with tea in their little book in a corner. Like, I like reading in a very comfortable position. I can't like read at a desk. I feel like that's a weird place to read. Like for fun. Schoolwork is like different, but yeah. I love reading when it's like pouring rain out, like during a thunderstorm, and it's like rainy and cold and disgusting, and you just put on a heavy sweater and big socks and like just sit under the covers and just read all day because you don't want to go outside and you're not doing it. That is like top tier living, all right? Chef's kiss. What do you do first, read or watch? Read. I like watching. I've done this with various things. So I've read first for a lot, like for Stargirl, like when I did that. I read first. Or I'm trying to think of another thing that I've like been like, oh, I have to read it. Harry Potter. When I was younger and I was reading Harry Potter, my parents didn't let me watch the movie for the book until I read the book. So I would like read book one, watch book one, and like, you know, and I had seen clippets or whatever, but like that was how I did it, just because, yeah. But other times, like the Hunger Games, I watched first before I read. And that mainly had to do with like my age, and my parents weren't sure if I could read it because it was like violent or whatever, but whatever. But like, I don't know, like I think there's benefits to both. I just always think the book is generally better, so why not read the better thing first? Because I'd hate to see a movie and be like, oh, this movie like sucked, why would I read the book, you know? But also I like watching first because then it's really nice to be able to put a picture, like put a face to the name and like whatever, and you see more what the casting directors thought. But then also it's not good because you can't know what, like, you want to like kind of picture it on your own and see what the writers thought and then compare your thoughts. I think there are benefits to both, and it's based off the person. I generally like to read first, but I'm not gonna say I haven't broken that rule. What form do you prefer? Audiobooks, ebooks, or physical books? Physical books. I can't do an audiobook. Like, let's just talk about this now. Everyone listens to audiobooks. Everyone does it. I cannot do it. I did it once in my entire life for Crazy Rich Asians. Well, I read the first physical book of Crazy Rich Asians, and Crazy Rich Asians is a trilogy. And my dummy self realized that when I bought the audiobook for what I thought was the next book, it was actually the third book. So I really couldn't get into it, and I think part of it had to do with the fact that I was missing a second book. Even though the way the plot works, I didn't really need to read the second book. However, and talking to somebody who had read the entire series, they said that the third book wasn't the best. So I think a lot of stuff went into me not liking it. However, when I'm listening to stuff, I put on music as background noise, you know, unless I'm like actively listening to an album for the first time. Like, I don't really actively listen to music. I don't actively like do stuff like that. So I can't listen to an audiobook. I just start daydreaming. By being able to physically read it, like, I'm forcing myself to focus. Ebooks, they're okay. They have benefits. Like, it's really nice to be able to look up stuff like certain references and things like that. Super easy. and easy to like find stuff. However, there's just something about holding a physical book that just changes the atmosphere of reading, and I just think it's more important. Obviously, during this time, I'm reading a lot more ebooks because I can't really go to my bookstore. I can't really browse. And that's the thing, when you go to a bookstore, you can browse so much easier than just going on like the browse page on an ebook. Like, I don't like it. But yeah, I did just order a couple physical books from a bookstore nearby, which is obviously more expensive than ordering an ebook, but like, support your indie bookstores. They need the help right now. They need the help always, but especially right now. But ebooks are definitely convenient when you find like a good deal. Do you have a unique habit when you read? I don't think I do, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I watched myself read, then maybe I'd be like, oh, you really always do that. You really always do that. But I don't think off the top of my head, I'm not like, yes, I do this. No. Do book series have to match? Yes. Whew. I just got into this with myself because I bought the To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy. I bought the first one, and it had the movie cover, right? So I bought the To All the Boys I Loved Before series with the first one having the actress's cover, the third one having the original cover, and then the second one I could buy either the original or the movie cover. And I thought the movie cover was prettier. I just liked it. However, it was more expensive, and I was like, oh, I'll just save money. So now I have two with the original covers and one with the movie cover, and the spines are different. And granted, I don't really think I'm going to keep these books after I read them anyway, but it still bothers me, you know. I want some continuity in it, and I've definitely learned my lesson. All my other series that I have, I think for the most part, the covers are matching. I also really love, this is irrelevant, but I really love when authors keep their covers like of a like all their book covers like follow like a similar that's the word, I couldn't think of the word similar. I love when authors have all their book covers follow a similar theme, even if they're not in the same series. Like my favorite author, Friedrich Bachman, I honestly probably mention him in every video that I do. Anywho, all his books have like very similar covers, like the font's very much the same, and like they just all have like the same vibe and color scheme, and it makes it look so much prettier when I get all his books and they're just there, and I just... One more apple slice. Doesn't have a lot of cinnamon on it. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I know this video was kind of boring, but I didn't have time to film a lot this week. But next week's video, I have it all planned out. It's actually going to be really fun, I think, I hope. You know the drill. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I have no fans of the week because none of you want to comment on last week's video, so you should comment on this video. I don't know, whatever. If you've watched this long, comment, and then I'll know you watched, and I'll appreciate you more, you know? Anywho, like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications, but if you're too lazy to hit the little bell, you should just know you'll see me next Saturday at 3 p.m. Bye, guys.